back to Real Talk Corner. I'm your host, Ariana, the Quantum Healer, and my co host, Bella, is in the building. Just a reminder, you guys, of really who you deal with. People these days, as you see, we keep going through different clips of other people. People these days are really don't give a shit about other people's lives. And all it takes is one incident for people to lose their lives. And this was the NFL player who was dating some chick, and he was like, they weren't even really serious. The girl had a whole husband on and they start she's put hands on her. One thing, I don't agree with any woman putting hands on a man. I don't give a fuck how mad you are. I don't agree. If you're going to put hands on a man, you should be ready for that man to probably put hands back on you. If you're going to step to a man and you want to fight with a man, then just be ready for what comes next, because some men don't give a fuck about you being a woman. They will turn around and beat the shit out of you. And you as a woman, I don't care who you think you are, most likely that man's going to beat the shit out of you. If you think you can, if you ain't no boxer and shit, I don't know why you think you're going toe to toe with a man. Men and women fight so differently, and their strength, and it really only takes like that one hit and your ass going down. And I think a lot of women play games with men because they think they can put hands on men and don't have to pay for the consequences. Like, and I've seen a lot of women do this myself, and I never understood why they did that. And I would just look at them like, y'all fucking stupid for putting hands on a man, thinking this shit is cute, thinking it's okay. And then when a man does it back to you, you got a fucking problem. You know, you got a problem with it. So don't put your hands on somebody because you pissed off a man, especially women. Stop putting your hands on these men because you just think that, oh, if they put hands back, they're going to go to jail. Stop doing that, you know. And we'll watch even like the text messages from this girl. This is a girl that was a liar, and because of her, people lost their fucking lives. And you could tell she's not even remorseful at that. Like, people lost their lives and you don't even give a fuck. Really, you don't give a
You
shit.
never told him that you were married to another man, right?
No, I didn't.
And you testified yesterday that you and Travis had a conversation about marriage. Is that what you're telling this jury?
No, we had a conversation about that. Yes, we did.
Okay. And you had a conversation with a man about marriage, and you're still married to Andre Chusang. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
Travis never asked me if I was married.
So you have to be asked a question in order to get an answer, or to be told the truth? Is that what you're telling this jury?
I'm just telling the jury that the conversation about me being married never came up, so I never spoke on it because I felt like it was not my personal business to speak on.
So what you're
So
telling
you
this
really
jury,
have to be careful of who you're bringing into your home, into your life, into your bed, because some people are only with you for what they can get from you. The second they see they're not getting what they want, shit can turn tragic really fucking quickly. And I thought it was sad. I mean, I thought it was really sad, to be honest. I just was like, wow.
She is a terrible liar.
isn't it true that you were the first person to become physically violent with Travis and not the other way around?
No.
Not at all?
Something or show me something if I can't recall the exact steps of the moments.
Question. Okay, so you were the first one to become physically violent with Travis, not the other way around. Answer, correct.
Yes, I said correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't send my brothers to kill him.
No, you just sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
Let's tell the jury what the shit is.
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when you're, I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have.
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
Dumbass.
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother.
No,
It could have been the house.
nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time. But since the situation has happened, it obviously blew up 20 times more. But I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis's family, his house, or anything. It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
All right. And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me, pushing me back. Yeah, the whole time.
Okay, so did he punch you?
No, he didn't punch me.
Did he slap you?
No, he didn't slap me.
Did he pick up any objects and hit you over the head with them?
No.
So
It's like you could see him on the video, the ring cam, that he's trying to block you because you just hit him out of nowhere. You know what I mean? You just hit him again. Why you guys are arguing? Why you just the second he turns, you doing some bitch shit anyway. Right when he turns, you gonna start hitting him. And then you got the nerve.
That's because she knew he wasn't going to hit her back, because somebody else would have smacked the shit out of her when she did, or she went crazy, like just started hitting him. So she knew he wasn't.
And he didn't hit her back. He was putting his hands up to defend himself, not even to defend himself, just a block.
He didn't even push her. He could have pushed her. He could have turned around, pushed her, so she can stop. He just let her, he gave her his back, basically, so she won't, really cause any, much damage and she kept on,
Right. And so you were in the wrong. And because of you, the crazy part is, because of her, somebody is dead now.
Dead. Somebody's dead. Somebody else can lose their freedom.
Right.
Because they're being charged with murder.
Right.
Or due to you. Or due to you being in your feelings.
Right. Because text.
Because there's no way she doesn't know her brothers. Those are your brothers. Right. You knew the way your brothers was going to react when you sent that text. She knew exactly what she meant when she sent that text. And who her brothers are.
His shit up.
Exactly.
And you think that means what? In what world does that mean? Oh, just go over there and scare him? Because you would have just been like, go beat his ass. You wouldn't have said, go shoot his shit up. That's a different terminology. You wouldn't have used that. Anybody with common fucking sense can see that in the text message. You would just like go whoop his ass,
Because shooting his shit up means whoever's in there, whatever's in there, you shooting his crib up. He in there, his mama in there, kids in there, kids around, whoever. Shoot his shit up.
Right. Like, you can't sit on that stand and lie. You a fucking liar. And the sad part is, at this point, you have somebody who's dead, who's lost their life because of your lies. When you're the one who put hands on this dude didn't even put hands on you. All he did was restrain your stupid ass. And it's crazy, like, even looking at the whole story, because it was like you were mad at him for talking to somebody else, but you got a whole husband. It's crazy.
Even with the fact that they weren't even together. She couldn't even answer that question. They were not together. He was planning on leaving to Canada. She was not going with him. He didn't have a few. Like, to me, some women just don't know how to let go. It is what it is. It was what it was. Let go.
Right.
Like, and you want to threaten him with your brothers? Like I said, again, your brothers. It's obvious your brothers is some street dudes. It's obviously this is what they do, because at the end of the day, you don't just go to somebody, you know what I mean? They got the guns, they came through, they did what she asked them, what she told them to do.
Right. You don't use those terms unless you want someone to be hurt. You're not telling nobody to go shoot some shit up just because you're angry. Like, you could say a lot of stuff, and we all know we've been angry in text messages. But that's not the first thing you fucking say. He's a dead man walking. You wanted this motherfucker dead.
Exactly.
You were so mad that this motherfucker is leaving your ass behind and you ain't about to be an NFL's wife, you know what I mean? That you were like, let's take his life. That's how sorry your stupid ass is, that you would be like, let's take his life instead of just walk your dumb ass away and go get somebody else.
Call for Dominique. She was very hostile and irate, and she said, "Mom, you better come get your son Travis, because I'm gonna have my brothers and his friends to come fuck him up and kill him." Okay. But I didn't think that she was gonna put a hit on him.
Which she has a husband. That she's still married.
Which goes back to what you said, even with these guys, with who you sleeping with, who you dealing with. Right. Because it's obvious she don't love you. She's willing to get you murdered. She's willing for her satisfaction, because she's hurt to see you dead.
Right.
So there's no way she loved you.
No.
She didn't love you.
No. Because I tell this to people all the time when they say that, like, oh, I don't love this person no more. And I really feel like you never loved that person, because love doesn't die. You can love someone, but also understand that you cannot be with this person anymore.
Exactly.
You can be like, I love you, but I love myself more than to be in a destructive ass relationship with you. But that love doesn't die. So when a person is acting like that, or so a person will hurt you or try to take your life, that person never loved you. Because if they did, they would never want to see you hurt. They would never want to see you hurt.
That's so true. We was talking about this the other day, about when somebody loves you. When you love somebody, you love them through everything. You love them at their worst.
Right.
You love them when they're having that meltdown, when they, they're having that they're just, even if they're out of control, even if they hit you at that end, you may hate it, you may hate the situation, but that love don't stop if you truly love that person. Like you said, that's where I love you, but I gotta go.
Right.
I love me more type thing, but it doesn't mean I don't love you anymore.
Right.
I love you, but I'm not gonna stay in this situation. And even, we were talking about this the other day, in those situations, like when they're having a meltdown, or, you're seeing a side of them you don't like, that's when you need to love them the most. That's when they need that, that reassurance. It's people are quick to say they love somebody, and then in a situation no longer love them.
Right.
It's no way. It's no way you love someone today and tomorrow you don't love them.
Like, that's not love. That's all lustful shit. And the thing is, a lot of people are in lust. They're in lust and what they can get. We've talked about this many times, of what they can get from you. The second they can't get what they want from you, now you ain't shit. Now you're worthless.
Exactly. Your life ain't even worth nothing.
Right.
So there's no way his life did not even matter to her. As long as she felt whole, as long as she felt satisfied, she was willing for him to lose his life over her being hurt. There was definitely no love there.
It's sad. Let's watch a little bit more, y'all.
April 7th, 2021, 911 calls for help flood into dispatch around midnight.
Things escalated so quickly.
For the first time, Travis Rudolph talks about the night he says 4 men showed up at his front door.
I just heard a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door.
In exclusive video, we can now see everything playing out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds, so my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
Where Travis at?
According to court records, Rudolph and his then girlfriend, Dominique Jones, got into a fight earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because this got me. Dominique, stop.
Who are you calling it, bro?
Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats towards Rudolph.
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. It was kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, you messed with the wrong girl. You're going to die tonight. And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family. My brother was on the ground getting jumped by 2 of those guys getting kicked. So that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. And it's just a split decision where I just felt like it's either me or my brother or these guys that's, you know what I'm saying, gonna get hurt.
Rudolph firing 39 rounds, the 4 men speeding off. Sebastian Jean Jacques was shot and killed. Tyler Robinson was also shot but survived. Keyshawn Jones and Christopher Lowe were not hurt.
I made a terrible choice of words during that time. I was 23. I was young. I was dumb. I made a very, very bad decision when I said those words, but it was never my intentions. I was upset, and I ended up saying something that I didn't mean. Like, people say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time. But since the situation has happened, it obviously blew up 20 times more. But I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis, his family, his house, or anything.
It's like your brother, your own brother, lost his life because of your bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And you on this stand like, I didn't mean it. But you not showing no fucking real remorse for your own brother's life because you caused this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you caused this. You think she would be hurting like, I am so sorry that I caused this shit. Like, she just up there like she's not even at fault. Like, bitch, you are deranged. You don't even think like you are at fault at all.
Mm-hmm. But even that, like, brothers and stuff like that, people, friends, need to really sit back when they're getting those phone calls and they're getting those text messages to say, you know, to because again, I always talk about having the best interest of someone.
Right.
If they had the best interest for you, why would she even put you, her brother, in that type of situation, knowing that it can go wrong?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, to the point, even if he did shoot it up and no one got killed, but he shot it up, he can go to jail for shooting it up, for whatever. You know what I mean? Like, why would you put your own brother in that situation? And a lot of people tend to do that when they are having situations with their significant other. They want to call their best friend, they want to call their brothers, they want to, and especially when you know your brothers are probably, you know, in the streets. This is the code they live by. This is nothing for them. And you know how they're going to react.
Right.
Because he didn't hit her, you hit him. So what did you say to your brother for your brother to be down to go shoot some shit up?
Right.
You know, like my brother couldn't call me and be like, "Oh, go shoot some shit up for me."
Right.
What?
Right.
I'll feel some sort of way, like, what? You're like, you really putting me in a situation like this?
Right. And I mean, like, you know, like my brother was in gangs. You know, I had a baby daddy in gangs. I was never someone who was just like, come over here and come fuck somebody up. You know, even when I was younger, I remember like some of the girls like wanting to fight, and I would be like, that's y'all. Y'all go fight. That's what you want to go do. Don't think I'm jumping in to help you. I ain't gonna let you get your ass stomped out in front of me. But I ain't jumping in with you. Like, you know, we ain't tag teaming in this bitch. And I just remember like there was always situations like that where somebody would think like that's okay. Like it's okay to go jump and go fight and carry on. Like I was not the friend to call because your baby daddy fucking around with so and so at the store. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not rolling with you to go beat her ass. That's not cool. I'm not getting caught up in that, especially when I got older. I wasn't even like that when I was young. You couldn't even call me to go with you to go fight people that were fucking with your man. I didn't give a fuck. Like you weren't calling me. I was never the friend for that. You would not catch me in no situation like that. And I remember like 1 or 2 times that a friend called me and I'd be like, don't ever call me again. I'm not the one. I'm not the one walking up with you in somebody's house. We don't even know who up in this bitch. You got to know. Don't ever call me again. Cause it was just like, this is nonsense. This motherfucker gonna keep fucking around on you. What, we gonna go and beat up every bitch?
No,
I'm not helping you.
it's so true. Like I said, like I know, like with me, I have 3 brothers, and one of my brothers, like when I first started dating my oldest son's father, he pulled him to the side, pulled out a gun, and told him, "Don't hurt my sister." I never knew about it, and then he told me about it. He was like, "You know, your brother just pulled out a gun and said to not hurt you." Do you think that when we having an argument or when we are going through it that I'm gonna call my brother? No, I'm not. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because I already see his mentality. You know
Right.
what I mean? So why would I call him if I already know what type of time he's gonna be
Right.
on? If he got that phone call from me saying he hurt me, you know what I mean? And why would I put my brother in that situation?
Right. Right. Because
Like I never called my
more than
brother
likely,
when
especially
we
with
went through
domestic
things.
violence, people go back. People go back. So you're gonna go and you're gonna beat somebody's ass for what? The person most, because they got to work through that. And most
Hmm.
likely the person gonna go back in that situation, most likely.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you're gonna put yourself in a situation to go to jail or lose your life because you really
Mhm,
don't know. You walking into a situation that you don't really know how it's gonna go down. 4 guys go over there for one guy. Y'all
mhm.
didn't go over there to talk.
Exactly.
Then y'all jumping his brother. Y'all didn't
And y'all
fuck
brung guns, so you obviously didn't go there to talk.
right. What did you need to fight his brother? What did y'all need to start? Because even, and we're gonna look at a couple more clips to go a little bit more into the details. But it's like y'all got shot the way that y'all got shot because y'all were shooting at him. Also.
Exactly, exactly. Which he only did what is right. Like I carry, right? So if somebody came to my house and is
Right.
shooting at my house,
Right.
I am shooting back.
Right.
Like there's no way I'm gonna have a pistol in my house and I'm not
Right.
gonna shoot back and you're shooting at my house.
Right. My only thing with that is that I understand the defense and I'm all for it. Someone comes, it is what it is. Y'all should not go up to somebody's house. I would never walk up to somebody's door. I don't give a fuck what you did. I'm not coming to your house. One, I'm one of those people that understands you don't go to somebody's door. You don't walk up on somebody's lawn. You just don't. You don't know what they carry. You don't know what they have. But if that happens, I still feel like there's something that as you as the person who took a life, you have to do something. You're still accountable for that life, regardless to it how it starts, regardless to what happened. You took a life. There has to be some
Hmm.
type of class, some type of victim
Hmm.
impact, something, some type of counseling or therapy that you need to do because yes, you just took a life.
Yeah, that's gonna eat you up, regardless of what if it's self-defense. Like you said, you took a life. So I'm sure that would eat somebody up every day to where they have to come to that, to where they're okay,
Right.
at least being okay with what happened. Because
Right.
in that situation, you're forced. And it's
Right.
like your life or my life. It's gonna be your life, not
Yeah.
my life.
Right.
Especially like I said, in my situation, like my kids are here. So you think
Right.
I give a fuck? Because you don't give a fuck. You
Right.
come to blazing on my property to my house. My babies are here. I'm going in mother mode. It ain't even
Right.
about me. It's about
Right.
my babies. So
Right.
if one of them happen to hit you, again, like you said, like you don't go to nobody's house. And if you're going to their house, you're going expecting to, like you said, not knowing what anybody had.
You just rolling up on somebody's house like what? And the crazy thing is you would think her being a supposedly girlfriend would have knew he had an AR.
Exactly. And
You
then
wouldn't
rolling up with four of y'all rolling up because you didn't come by yourself like, yo, I want to
know.
talk to you. What's going
Right.
on with my sister, whatever. You
Right.
came with four. So a
Right.
person already, that's like if 4 chicks come knocking on my door.
We
Oh,
ain't
I'm
talking.
already in that mode.
I'm
I'm
not
already
opening
in
up.
that
I'm
mode.
not even opening up my door.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's 4 people on my porch, 4 chicks on my porch. I already know for one what you're
Right.
coming for. Y'all about to jump me. I'm
Right.
not going to let you do that. I'm not, like you said, I'm not even opening the door.
No, no. And the thing is, because when they first walk up, dude has a shirt on, and then you see him again, he don't got the shirt on. So you was preparing to take off.
They came with that mentality.
Because you're not gonna come all the way over here like that with guns. And then
with 3
And
other
then even the
people.
text messages, he a dead man walking, shoot his shit up.
Yeah.
Y'all knew what you was coming to do. And it's sad that this is what people have to step back and say, was it worth it? Was it worth him to lose his life? And then you find out that your own kid or your own sister lied. And you lose your life trying to fucking be that person to, I'm gonna defend my sister, but your sister is lying. You don't even get
Exactly.
the story. Y'all didn't even get the story because you didn't even want to talk to the man. You came over here to fight and kill this motherfucker. You didn't even wait to have a conversation and be like, you know what? My sister's saying, I just want to see what happened because she's saying this. And get to the bottom of it. Because guarantee if they would have watched the video on the fucking ring thing, they would have seen how she went off on him.
Exactly.
But nobody does that. Everything is reaction, reaction, reaction. Let's react to every fucking thing. And now this young kid, his life is gone.
And she's not even, she's not even willing to take accountability.
No. And the part we're about to watch here is, for me, I'm wondering, why hasn't she been charged yet? Because
I know, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing when I was watching the videos. I was like, okay, maybe this video, they'll say something. Maybe this video. I see they did not.
It's like, how didn't you get charged? You lied. You lied under oath. You tainted with the fucking
it's like, to me, they could have charged her with like if you hire somebody to murder somebody, because
attempted murder.
That text, shoot that shit up, to me, that's like a contract. You just told him, you just told them what to do. Like, I don't know how she didn't get charged.
Yeah, I was just like, ain't no way. She should have got charged with something.
Accessory something.
Right. I really didn't like this detective. She was pissing me off.
She didn't bother to take her phone or get her phone until April 16th of 2021, correct?
Yes, sir.
And isn't it true you told Dominique Jones, do not erase nothing from that phone? Isn't that true?
We discussed the importance of not eliminating any data that is in the phone.
So do you agree that you told her don't erase nothing from that phone?
Not in such words, but that was a topic that was discussed.
All right, that's important to you as a detective. Make sure that someone doesn't tamper with evidence, right?
Yes, sir.
And you made that perfectly clear to her. Whatever words I want to use, or your words that you actually use, you made that really clear to Dominique Jones, not to tamper with data, I think was your words, right?
Yes.
All right. And that wasn't a joke. You were serious about it.
Of course.
And tampering with evidence in a capital felony is a first-degree felony, right?
Yes.
You can get up to 30 years in prison for doing that potentially, right?
Yes.
And Dominique Jones did tamper with evidence in this case. Isn't that true?
She approached me with the information.
The answer is yes or no, and then you can explain. Isn't it true that she tampered with evidence in this case, ma'am?
I would say no.
Okay.
In and of itself, yes. If deleting a text message, of course, would be considered tampering with evidence. However, because she approached me first and she told me, listen, I freaked out. I had sent a text message. I knew it would be misconstrued, and I freaked out and I deleted it. I didn't ask her that. She divulged that information to me first and foremost. He had his concealed carry permit yet.
So he was carrying a gun illegally if it was in his pocket, right?
Technically, yes, I suppose so.
Wow, you're a police officer. You arrest people for that all the time, don't you? Well, maybe not as a homicide detective, but when you were a road patrol, you did that.
I've arrested people for that before.
That's a felony, right?
Yes, sir.
You get up to 5 years in prison.
Yes, sir.
You never charged Mr. Robinson with carrying a concealed firearm, right?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Did you give him immunity or a free pass because he was helping you?
No, sir.
And get charged. You have one person who had a gun illegally. And we talk about this shit all the time about people just rolling around with guns. At least if you're going to have a gun, do your diligence and get the proper license and shit so you can walk around with this shit. So
I say that all the time. I even say, go get practice. Go practice. Because if you notice, a lot of these stray bullets are hitting innocent people.
Right.
They're not even hitting the people that they're trying to shoot. You're shooting the 7-year-old little girl playing in the park, but you aiming at someone over here. How is that? They don't even,
Right.
they're not properly trained.
Nope.
I say this all the time. Like I said, I have my concealed. I took courses in North Carolina and South Carolina because the laws changed. Right. I go to the range. I practice because that's my thing. If I don't want to miss,
right. I took the
and
class
I don't
in
want to
Florida.
hit,
I took the class in Florida.
Yeah, I don't want to hit the innocent bystander while I'm trying to protect myself. And a lot of the times that happens. I say it all when I see the news and you hear the bullet going into somebody's house and killing somebody while they're sleeping. And it's like, what? Where are you shooting? What were you doing?
Right. It's that same shit. It's like, no, do your diligence. Do your diligence. If you're going to walk around, do the shit the right way. And then if you get caught, why is this person not getting charged? You just free to walk around. But if that was somebody else, you'd have went to jail. Wait, what? And she's like, absolutely not. Wait, why? Because to me, the law is the law, right?
Exactly.
It's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. And I'm like, no, these people are just walking around like nothing. And it's like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. It's just really sad. It's just really sad when you're looking at the whole case. And just, you got this dude, he'll never, his plans were to try to get back into the NFL and play, and he'll never be able to do that. Like most likely will always be looked at as this person who's a murderer, or he was in this gunfight or whatever. He'll always be looked at as that. So most likely no one's going to give him a chance or even take him seriously. And, it's like you got the other family this morning, the child that got in the crossfires of this. And even like they are trying to pretend like they didn't do anything. But even like some of the case was they didn't even call 911 to begin with. You were at a store or some shit. Y'all waited till some shit happened with the car,
Yeah, the car stopped.
So that's the only reason why y'all even called. So who are y'all really innocent? No. And the dude that we just talked, that is old girl's husband. That's her husband. They went with the brother to go beat this dude up. So we know you had intention of fucking this dude up because you was mad and jealous. Because you're a whole husband coming over to defend your wife. And we're going to see him in a minute, but it's like you a whole husband. Ain't no way you didn't come over here with the intent to fuck this dude up. Ain't no way. But it was interesting just to see even some of the friends talk. And I think like this, was it this dude or the other dude? It was like they really even couldn't give eye contact and shit. It was just like, y'all know y'all wrong. That's
exactly.
Why.
But even with her, she's really a cold-hearted, because she knows all this was her fault. Like your brother is dead behind your dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like that's so sad that she didn't set a tear, nothing.
No. Just she don't look like she's sad at all. It's crazy.
We need ambulance. Who are you? We're on 40th Street and I don't know, we're in North Lake, 40th Street and Broadway, yeah, 40th Street, Broadway. What's going on? We have someone who's shot. He has a DSW. He's shot? He's not moving. Yes, he's not moving. He's shot. Let me get the line 1 moment. Please hurry. Yeah, I'm dropping it now. It's West Palm, 40th and Broadway, see a male shot. He's not moving. Do we know where he was shot? What part of his body? I'm not sure. I can't tell. But he's not moving. And he's the only one that's injured there? He's the only one that's shot. Yes, please. Okay. We have help on the way to you. We're sending police and paramedics. And you say you can't tell where on his body he was shot, right? I can't tell. All right. And he's laying in the road on 40th Street. 40th and Broadway, there's a gas station, a Van Auto Park, something. 40th Street and Broadway.
Okay, again, is he on 40th Street or on Broadway?
We are on 40th Street and Broadway. It's the intersection. I hear police sirens.
Alrighty. West Palm will stage for you. Let us know when it's
All right, no problem, sir. Did you see the person who shot him?
Travis Rudolph.
Sir, he pulled off?
No, his name is Travis Rudolph. He shot at him.
Travis Rudolph shot at him?
Yes.
Okay, is he black, white, or Hispanic, Travis?
Black.
What was he wearing today?
I don't even know. He came out the house with no shirt.
Okay, what house does he live at? He lives at 40th and Broadway?
No, he lives in Northlake somewhere. I'm not sure.
Off like Northlake and up like Costa Riviera?
You're like Lake Park. I don't know. Please, I keep
Okay, well, I understand they're going to come help in the medics are around as well, but you're saying Travis Rudolph shot him here, so was he in a car?
He shot him around his neighborhood. He came outside with the gun and shot at him. Shot at us. He shot all of us.
Okay.
But you hear that it's like you're a ways from this dude's home, and they're telling them how he shot at y'all, and they're trying to get the story of what happened, and it's like that's why the lady's confused. Like, okay, so was he in a car? Like, where did he just come from?
Because it's not making sense. She knows he's lying. She know he's trying to watch what he's saying.
Right.
That's what it is. And she knows they're on the other end and they're like, this shit ain't making sense.
Because you would just be saying, yeah, he rolled up and just started shooting, or it was a confrontation in the store or whatever. You like, no, he shot in his neighborhood. Wait a minute, that's where he lives? Wait,
right.
So right here.
Right. So y'all was at his house? You know what I mean? He's trying not to say too much and it's not making sense.
Right. He don't got no shirt on. So wait, what? It's like, and that's what I'm saying. You just look at him now. I know they're replaying this moment, and maybe you're replaying the night when your friend dies or whatever. But at the same time, you got to hear your own stupidity here, right? And it's that the same thing. It's the sad thing is because not saying your friend went without you, but you went too, and now the result is you guys went over there to be big and bad, and you didn't know what this dude was packing. You didn't know how this dude was going to respond to you guys, but you so much in the moment, and everybody think they hard as fuck. And I don't know why this has to be a thing. I didn't understand this shit when I lived in the hood as a fucking kid. I damn sure do not understand it to this day of the point of needing to be the biggest, baddest person on the fucking block. Because again, somebody will always show you how small you truly are.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck is the point? Y'all didn't leave there with all your lives.
And one thing
worth it?
They always say fear. When someone is fear of something, you got to think about it. His intentions probably was never to shoot back. But there's 4 dudes on my porch. I know they're not coming to talk. And they got guns. You know what I mean? So out of fear, you're going to say to yourself, I'm not going to let them take me out.
Right.
And like you said, it's 4 of them. So no one said like, nah, bro. Let's not go over there. Like, we're not going to his house. We'll see him when we see him or something.
They were jumping. We know that y'all was jumping because he ran back in the house to get y'all had guns and y'all jumping. So y'all not even playing fair. At that point, he was like, we gonna lose our life if I don't do something. So he ran back in the house because he didn't come out there with a gun. He didn't go run in the house and go get a gun. He came out to talk to y'all. So did the brother. The brother opened the door like, what's going on? Neither one of them came to the door with a gun. They was coming to talk. Y'all the ones who came ready to just fuck some shit up. So it's like crazy. So yeah, shit don't add up. It's like you're not even making sense, but you're trying to watch what you say because you don't want to incriminate yourself.
Exactly.
But where did that happen? You guys drove to this location?
Yes, we were trying to get to the hospital, and we came down the street, and the car stopped working.
Okay, Northlake. Are you shot as well, sir?
I don't think I'm shot. I'm not shot. Just him.
Okay, do you know Travis's address?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, so you guys were hanging out at his house. He came outside, shot at you guys, and you drove to this location?
We came to talk to him. He came outside trying to fight. We were trying to get to the car. And he went back into the house, got a gun, came outside. We were in the car driving away, and he started to shoot at us.
Okay.
Right. You came to his house to talk to you. He came outside trying to fight. Y'all left, go to his car. He ran back out and got a gun. Y'all had time to jump in that car and be gone.
Right.
It ain't adding up.
Now, how many other people are with you right now?
2, and my son, who was with us, I don't know where he's at. We drove away as soon as he started shooting. Yes, please.
Okay, you see the police?
Yes, we see the police.
All right, go ahead and flag them down, okay?
We flag them down. Please. Right here. He's gonna back here. Please. Please. Oh my gosh, I love you, bro. I love you.
So, Sean, you okay?
Yeah.
So now you recognize that call.
Yeah.
And obviously that's you seeking help for Sebastian, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Now, when you, after you made that phone call, towards the end of the call, we can hear you say, yes, please. Or do you recall who you're referring to, who you're talking to at that point?
Police officer.
So at that point, law enforcement started to arrive where you guys were.
Yes.
Do you know at this point, at the point where you're on Broadway and law enforcement starts to arrive, do you know where Tyler is?
No.
When law enforcement arrived at the scene, what did they do with you guys? Like, did they separate you and Chris?
Yes.
What happened?
Separated us and then asked us what happened.
Okay. And did you tell them?
Yes.
Did you tell them that you had a gun that night and you took a gun over there?
No.
Did you tell them that you went over to the defendant's house to confront him about what he did to your sister earlier the previous day?
That's when I went to talk to him. Yes.
Did you tell them that Tyler had a gun on him?
No.
And why didn't you tell him that?
Because I didn't know he had a gun.
One of the things I even seen, like they were trying to say, like, why were you guys going in the trunk? Let me tell you, it don't take us rocket scientists to know what's in the trunk when you pull up at somebody's car. He tried to say his cell phone. Who the fuck puts their cell phone in the trunk? Talking about it's the safest place.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. You did not have no cell phone in the trunk. Y'all know what you had in that trunk. You know, before you even went to this dude's house, y'all opened up that trunk, got what you needed out, and stepped to his door. The sad part is not that it's ever okay for someone to lose their life, but you guys got that car being all shot up like that. Y'all got what y'all deserved of rolling up on somebody's house, trying to fight them, especially when you didn't even know the fucking situation.
It's funny. I was saying that. I was like, it's weird how calmer the car stops,
right?
And while they're trying to drive,
right?
Like just the whole,
right? Y'all trying to get away and shit. And then, like, right? She asked him, "You had a gun on you, but you didn't tell the police you had a gun on you. Why?"
Because they would have arrested. They would have arrested them on the scene.
Right? You knew you were wrong. That's why you didn't say shit. Y'all trying to act like victims, like someone shot y'all.
Exactly.
And I hope that people see that even if it was a case where dude beat your sister's ass, right? What are you really going to do? You're gonna go over there and do what? What would have really happened, even if it was true?
Even if they would have murdered him,
right?
Like, okay, if y'all would have went there. Murdered, if y'all would have shot his house up, murdered him, killed him, his brother, whoever else was in the house, now you would have been in jail for murders.
Right. Y'all obviously ain't criminals because y'all all on camera. Like, y'all
right.
obviously
stupid shit.
Y'all fucking roll up to the house, take a shit out of the trunk right in front of the house. Y'all obviously are not fucking criminals. What were y'all really gonna do when you took this man out?
The fight is progressing, and now Keyshawn has joined into your fight with Mr. Rudolph Travis. Are you continuing to fight? Does there ever come to be a lull in the fight?
I would say, yeah, there was a huge lull in the fight. No one was really swinging anymore, just because, as I said, this wasn't like a big I guess you could categorize it as a brawl because of how many people were fighting, but it wasn't. It wasn't like we're trained professional fighters and they're trained professional fighters, and we're going blow for blow, and it's kind of just silly, slipping, falling, a few punches being traded, people being tackled. It was just a weak fight. No one wasn't fighting too seriously. I don't want to say that, but just the end result wasn't very good.
Can you tell us whether or not Mr. Rudolph's mom was outside at any point during this fight?
Yeah, she was outside.
What she was doing or saying?
She was trying to show us something on her phone. I guess a video from earlier of what occurred or something that happened. But
did you all stop to watch it, or what happened with that?
No, I didn't get a chance to see what video she was trying to show us. Everything's happening so fast. She's trying to show us a video as we're fighting, so basically I didn't really hear what she's saying until we kind of paused for a moment, and then there's kind of a brief break, and then I kind of got punched again, which started the fight back.
Okay.
Then what? The domesticity to this shit is real. That's the thing. The domesticity to this shit is real. It's like everybody playing these games until somebody loses their life. I like with I've seen this chick before, what she was saying, and I want to play it because it's so true. Like, you guys, you have to stop just jumping to go save people. And it's sad that so many women are the causes to a lot of these men's death because they screaming about so-and-so did this, that, and the third, and dudes are getting killed. And they have been. This is not something that just happened. This is some shit that's been happening. And I really wish women will step the fuck back and stop involving your brothers, your cousins, your family in your bullshit. You are the one putting yourself in these situations. Stop bringing your whole family, because your brothers are going to die. Your family is going to die. Like, I don't know if you ever seen I always say her name right, Kristen Rock in Blueface bullshit. And how her dad like walked up on her and dude socked the shit out of him and he fell. And even the fact of her beating the shit out of Blueface's mom and shit. I'm like, you guys are involving your family in shit for them to get hurt. And I think the mom and sister got stomped the fuck out by his fucking gang that was there. At some point, you got to take a step back and be like, is all of this worth it?
Yep.
And for what, though?
Stop calling your brothers and your cousins for every little argument. Because you women sit on social media, you sit around, everybody killing everybody, but you never tell the truth that there's been 1,000 shootings and homicides trickle back down to you running your fucking mouth, or you calling somebody and exaggerating because you feel disrespected. Stop calling people. You get in an argument with somebody on the block, that's it, leave it there. You call your brother, now these niggas going through it the whole summer, and then somebody's child die about it. That's your fault. That's your fault. You can't sit back and say it's not your fault because they went too far. You shouldn't have called them.
Like you said, it's been like that for years.
Right.
People been a lot of murders were due to females.
Right.
Due to females calling and lying and saying things that's not even true and those type of things, to where, which is it doesn't even make sense, because it's like, okay, even so, Now you do murder this person, you go to jail, you lose your freedom.
Right. And then it's like, then what? What's the next result?
It keeps going. It's a cycle because now their family come back to retaliate against you, and it can be an ongoing thing, between
Yes.
two families, and just keep going, and never end.
Right. And it's so true. It's like we've seen it. And then it becomes gang shit because now people are in gangs and people are in hoods and people on blocks. And now it becomes bigger than what it even started. Started from some bullshit, some petty shit. And now you got motherfuckers losing their lives. For what at the end of the day? For what?
Over an argument, over a chick, over a dude.
I was never like that. I was never calling motherfuckers like, hey, yo, people coming. I'd be like, look, somebody coming, they coming. I ain't calling nobody like, it is what
it's
it is.
true. I never involved my family in anything that I dealt with. I dealt with it my way, and but I never, because even that, like with relationships, you call your brother, your father, whoever. Now they beat up your man. 3 days later, you in the bed with him.
Right.
And now him and your father or him and your brother got beef. You know what I mean? And now you're in the middle of it because you still with him. You know what I mean? And people they quick to call somebody because they feel some sort of way. They quick to call somebody because they feel disrespected or whatever the situation is.
Right. They want to hurt that person. Let me tell you, like that dude said, no one who loves you is ever going to want to hurt you in that way. So they not calling people to come harm you. You know what I mean? They not. Someone who loves you is not jumping on the phone like, come beat the shit out of this person. That's somebody in the moment. You don't give a fuck about anybody.
Nobody else.
No one. You don't give a fuck. You just ready to harm. And that's not someone who loves you. That's not someone who cares. That's just someone. And again, even though you think you know your family, you think you, as we've seen time and time again of watching this shit, you think you know someone, but you really, really, really don't. And the person in that moment could be lying. And a lot of times I think people do know that their people lie. At this point, how you don't know that this girl's a liar?
Right.
Some people just have that stream of lies behind them.
But then that's what I'm saying. They know who to call. They know who to call because they know if they call anybody else, they're gonna be like, nah, I ain't with it. You know what I mean? Like with her, she knew to call her brothers. She knew him and his friends are knuckleheads like that. They clowns like that. Like you said, they think they tough. They think, you know what I mean? They were doing something. She knew who to tell.
Tell Detective Vanderlyn that you sent a text message back to Tyler and your sister saying that Travis is a dead man walking, right?
Yes.
Why wouldn't you tell the lead detective in the homicide case that you went there after you received a text to go shoot it up and you said this man's a dead man walking? Why wouldn't you tell the detective that?
Honestly, I forgot that even happened. At that point, my only focus was Sebastian. Okay. Still, like that's still all that's in my head is.
I tell people all the time, I am not, a fan of domestic violence of any kind, but I will tell any woman to their face, you put hands on a man, be ready. Be ready. He has every right to fucking defend himself.
So true.
And my boys know. I say it to them now at 10. It is not okay for a girl to put hands on you. It is not okay for a woman to put hands on you. And not that I want them to be raised to be, because someone will be like, oh, well, that's some bitch shit. But the thing about it is women have taken it so far that women ain't just this little like hit or whatever. No, you seen like her. She was trying to fight him like a fucking bitch on the street. And it's like, if you gonna hit my son like that, girl, you better run.
No, for real, I tell my son the same thing.
You better run.
Like, I don't condone domestic violence either, but yeah, you're not going to smack my son. You're not going to punch on him and hurt him and make a kill him. You hurt him or push him and he fall and hit his head and he died. Nah.
It's not okay. Stop putting your hands on people. It's not okay. You just don't have a right to put your hands because you're mad in this moment. You could have simply told this dude, damn, I feel very disrespected. Why'd you call me that? I'm pretty sure that's not the first time he called you a bitch, but in this moment, you fucking mad. Because a dude just don't, like, I mean, maybe here or there, but dudes just don't randomly call you shit that they ain't been calling you in an argument. Normally it's some shit he been calling your ass. But now you in an argument, so it's not okay. Now you want to square up with your dude. Like, come on. At some point, women, y'all got to take that step back, because then you do that. Then you calling people to come fight him. Then you calling people to come handle him. And that's not okay. Because again, all this shit, and she the prime person that it's because people lost their life, injured, you know,
and she got no remorse. She looked like she good. Not a tear. You know, that's another thing. So if you loved him, if you loved your brother, you will be in there in tears, just hurt by the situation.
Right.
That it did go like this. She didn't shed not one tear. She didn't show no emotions. All she was doing was lying.
Right.
Like, everything that came out her mouth was a lie. She was thinking about what to say. She was trying to, you know, like, that's sad. That's dangerous.
Of this incident, did you have any means of transport or a plane ticket, anything showing this jury that it was his intention that you were moving to Canada with him?
No.
And you knew in April, when you guys were dating, that it was his plan to just go work in Canada for a short period of time, and his hope was to get back into the NFL. Isn't that true?
I didn't know his ins and outs. I knew he had a contract with the CFL, and that's the most that I can say to you. That's all I really know.
Okay, so he never discussed with you his hope that he was going to come back to Florida and work again for the NFL? That was never a discussion?
He has said things like that, but I don't know exactly his intentions of what would have happened.
So he did say things like that. There was a discussion with you about that. You just said that.
There was a discussion.
Overruled.
Didn't you just say that you guys had a discussion about that?
Yeah, we had a discussion.
Was that so hard?
It's not. I'm just trying to make sure I'm answering the questions to my best ability. That's it.
All you have to do is tell the truth, and it'll be...
I am telling the truth, but you're asking...
Y'all drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. But you gotta be careful. And that's why I say I'm not that one. I'm not a ride or die. Don't pull me in your bullshit. And I mean, if you think I'm not a good friend because I ain't gonna roll with you to go fight somebody, then oh well. You know, unfriend me. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we not friends. Because I'm not the one to go roll with you to go beat somebody's ass. Like, I think all of that shit, I'm not somebody who's out here fighting any fucking way. Like, unless I have to defend myself for my life, you know, reasons, I ain't out here fighting with nobody. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up there, but drop us a comment, let us know what y'all think. Shit is crazy. Of course, thank you guys for watching another episode of Real Talk Corner. We will see you next time. Bye.